Disclaimer, this is not retail RNG. You can do this on actual hardware, but it requires custom firmware and homebrew. Also, this is for the 3DS variants of the games. As of right now, the actual cartridge versions will not work. If you're cool with that, let's continue with the video. Hi there. You might notice that the format of this video is a bit weird, a bit not like my normal videos. And that's because I don't like making those types of videos. I realized that having this avatar that I'd have to set up every time, that wasn't really me. So I changed the format a bit. It's a bit less scripted. I'm not the best at being scripted. I'm not the best at making scripts, but I still want to make these tutorials and I still want to show off these cool tools. The setting will change quite a bit as I try and find my best format for these videos. This video in particular was in the corner of my room. Hopefully you guys prefer this over the avatar, even though I spent a lot of time rigging the avatar and everything. It's just, I don't like it very much. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. And yeah. Hi, fancy seeing you here. So I'm scrolling Reddit one day and I find this post here. Wow. Isn't it cool? It's claiming Gen 2 RNG has been cracked. Really? It's been 25 years. That's a hard egg to crack. But it is true. Gen 2 RNG is finally here. It's not perfect, and it's still in its beginning stages. But it works, and I have this guy to prove it. So in this video, we're going to be going over the starter RNG. There is Celebi RNG, and I believe other gift Pokemon RNG, but I'll be doing videos on those at a later point. Also, quick little note, it's a little unstable, and you won't get it on your first try. I didn't. My first attempt took me about an hour. My second attempt took me about 20 minutes. That second attempt was getting footage and B-roll for this video. All the instructions are taken directly from the Pokemon RNG website, so please go check them out. Also, you'll need to check them out for one of the tools anyway. So first thing, you're either gonna have to homebrew your 3DS, or you're going to have to use a 3DS emulator. You're also gonna need a program called PokeReader. If you're familiar with pCalc, as in Gen 6 and 7 RNG, PokeReader is essentially pCalc's bigger brother. I personally have done this on a homebrewed 3DS and an emulator. I did it on the homebrewed 3DS to test it out, and I did it on the emulator to get B-roll for this video. Now, I'm not actually going to go over how to install PokeReader. It's super easy. It's on the Pokemon RNG website that I have linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. Now, once you either have homebrewed your 3DS or you're using an emulator, and you have PokeReader installed, if you open up your game, you should at the top left see a window, a PokeReader window. If you don't, try and press up and start. If it still doesn't show up, you messed up the install somehow. But if everything's correctly installed, we'll continue with the video. Now we're gonna go for our shiny starter, and trust me, it's super simple. First, you're gonna wanna play up until you get your starter. You're gonna wanna save right in front of the starter. The reason we're saving right in front of it is because you're probably gonna have to reset a few times. And if somehow you don't already know, you can touch the bottom screen of your 3DS and click reset to do a quicker reset instead of going to the home menu, closing the game, and reopening it. Now you're gonna wanna choose your starter and stop when you see the player has received blank message with the flashing little arrow. Now you wanna look at the top left and look into PokeReader. What you're looking for is the SDIV and the ADIV index to have a number on them. If they still say finding blank index, wait. You're gonna wanna wait. Sometimes it could take up to 8,000 advances. Now, once they both have a number, go ahead and click L and R to pause the game. You can also do start and select, that also works. Now you're gonna wanna go into the description and the pinned comment to the Pokemon RNG website. This is where our next tool and the last tool that we're using is going to be. Once you're at the website, scroll down to the RNG tool. Now everything in PokeReader you should input into this tool. Just a note, you cannot get shiny and perfect IV or perfect DV Pokemon. You can either get one or the other because of the way shininess is in Generation 2. Now, once you've inputted everything, click Generate. This will show you the advance you need and the state that will be at that advance. Quick note, sometimes the state will be wrong. If it is, when you get to the advance, go ahead and just input everything in PokeReader again. Now to actually advance to your target, if you click the L bumper, it will advance 1 frame. And if you click the R button, it will unpause. Now you're gonna wanna advance to your target and click A. Don't just click A, you wanna click and hold A. Another quick tip is you can actually check your starter without going into your party itself. In PokeReader, you can click left, down, and right to check your party. This will show you whether your starter is actually shiny or not. If you got it on your first try, congrats, you lucky bastard. If not, this guy has some tips for you. So the first tip is sometimes you'll go to your target and the state will be wrong. This is okay, just input everything in PokeReader into the tool again, click Generate. Sometimes when you do that, the state will update to being your current state will be shiny. The tool is decent at predicting the state, but sometimes it's a little wonky. The next tip is when you press A, you want to hold A. I know I said it earlier, but sometimes if you just click it, it won't actually register that you clicked A. Now, if it still doesn't work, just keep trying. The tool is just now in development, it's a very early build, and it's a little unstable. But if you want to help in the development of these tools, you can. All you have to do is go into the Pokemon RNG Discord. Then follow the instructions that Zach has made for the development of these tools. The reason this is important is because for right now, it's only custom firmware users, not retail RNG. Along with that, it is only for the starters in Celebi, as of right now. There has been some testing for fishing encounters, but no wild encounters yet. And with that, I'm very excited to see how the development of the Gen 2 RNG tools continue. I personally have been looking forward to this because I've wanted a shiny Celebi for so long. And with that, I will catch you guys later.